Friends, Christian Knox, the realtor for you here again. I hope you are all well. Today I would like to talk to you about renting to own. People often ask me about renting to own and want to know if it's something they should do. Before we step into the pros and cons of a rent to own agreement, first we need to look at who most benefits from this type of agreement and the differences between a lease option versus a lease purchase. If you're like most home buyers, you'll need a mortgage to finance the purchase of a new house. Okay? To qualify, you must have a good credit score and cash or a way to get cash either from a friend or a family member for a down payment. Okay? Without those two things, the traditional route to home ownership may not be an option for you. Okay? And closing costs can be worked out, things like that too. But there needs to be funds. It's important to note that there are different types of rent-to-own contracts, with some being more consumer-friendly and flexible than others. Lease option contracts give you the right, but not the obligation to buy the home when the lease expires. If you decide not to buy the property at the end of the lease, the option simply expires, and you can walk away without any obligation to continue paying rent or to buy that property. Okay, so watch out for lease purchase contracts. With these, you could be legally obligated to buy the home at the end of the lease, whether you can afford to or not. Okay, to have an option to buy without the obligation, it needs to be a lease option contract. Make sure it's a lease option contract, okay? So you may be asking yourself, how does rent to own work? So here goes. When you and a homeowner work out a rent to own agreement, you pay monthly rent, but you also kick in some extra money each month to put toward buying the house. Those additional funds might eventually be used to make a down payment on the home or to pay closing costs. Now that we know who benefits the most from rent to own contracts and how rent to own works, I will now give you the advantages and disadvantages of rent to own contracts. The advantages of a rent to own contract are as follows. 1, they give you breathing room. Like mentioned before, you need a good credit history in order to qualify for a mortgage loan. If you have poor credit or a very thin credit record, renting to own can buy you time to straighten out your finances. The second advantage is that renting to own can be sort of a trial run. You get to live in the home before committing to the purchase of it, which means if you change your mind when the rental term is up, you can walk away. You're not tied down by a mortgage. And the third advantage is the locked-in price. A rent-to-own contract includes an agreed-upon purchase price for the home. The owner cannot raise the price in the future, so you don't have to worry about ever facing a higher price, even if the market improves, okay? That all sounds great, right? So what are the disadvantages of rent-to-own? Well, there are 3. The first is that they are non-refundable. If you decide you no longer wish to purchase the house, you have the right to void the contract. However, any money paid toward the purchase of a house is lost. It's completely gone. You're not getting a penny of that back, okay? Secondly, rent-to-own contracts are poorly regulated. Because rent-to-own contracts are less common than leases or purchase contracts, government rules often don't apply. You may find you have fewer protections in a dispute with the lender-owner. The last disadvantage is predatory owners. In some cases, the owner never intends on selling the property and simply pockets the money from the renter-buyer, okay? The contracts may even include clauses allowing a short notice eviction if a buyer misses a payment. So those are the advantages, disadvantages. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this video helped answer any questions you may have had regarding renting to own. Please like, comment, and share. If you are thinking of buying, selling, investing in real estate, ask me how I can help you, and let's make your real estate dreams a reality. Until next time, take care.